The number one reason why so many high-income earners overspend. Pent up pressure. For many individuals making high income, great income, the path to getting there was not easy. It took a lot of work and persistence. They had to endure through years of education, years of climbing up the corporate ladder, years of working extremely hard behind the scenes. And through all those years, they remained patient, not living above their means, not putting the cart before the horse because they knew there was going to be a reward at the end of the rainbow. And that reward did come. You finally became that attending physician commanding a multiple six-figure salary. You finally became the principal engineer with a whole team that reports to you. You finally got that corner office with the executive title you so dreamt about. And when you finally achieve your career goal, what happens? You have to celebrate, right? You have to treat yourself to reward. You deserve it. This is what you worked so hard for. And you start to release all that pent-up pressure. Well, that new car that you couldn't afford before? Well, you can buy one now. So why not get two? That big house you always envied? Well, you know who's ready to take on that big mortgage now? How about those fancy vacations you saw on Instagram? Time to pack your bags and live it up, because you've made it. Now in moderation, this is totally fine. You did work hard and you deserve to treat yourself. However, you have to be very careful. You have to practice extra self-restraint because this point of income increase is also your most vulnerable point. The financial commitments that you make at this stage could haunt you for years to come. Well, but let's say you have great self-restraint. You don't feel the need to over-treat yourself with your success. All is fine, right? Well, let's get into another temptation that gets a lot of high-income earners. Number 2 reason why so many high-income earners overspend. To show off. To show off to the world that we have arrived, that we have made it. When you're working so hard to make it, grinding through the books, navigating the office politics, what kept you motivated was the hope that you'll achieve that higher income, higher status one day. And despite what your family and friends said, you kept your head down and kept on going. You felt many didn't believe you could do it, but you had a deep conviction, so you kept pushing on. And when you finally did make it, you have to make things right? You have to prove everyone that they were wrong. You did have the skills, the will, and the ability to do it. So you start spending to show off your success. You buy that huge home, not because you love its layout, but because it has a huge living room where you can invite all your friends and family members over. And when they come over, you know they'll be impressed. Oh wow, this is such an amazing house. How can you afford this? We've so underestimated you. You are truly amazing. I want to be just like you. And you fantasize being the envy of everyone. But again, spending to show off, while a small indulgence is okay, because come on, we all do it, right? When we take it too far, it not only has a devastating impact on our finances, but our psychology as well. Becoming over-reliant upon the approval of others for our validation. And that is not a good place to be at. Before we go on, I'd like to take a moment to thank today's video sponsor, me. That's right, this video is sponsored by Financial Tortoise. How, you might ask? Well, for the past year, I've been working on a very exciting project. A project that takes the content I create on this YouTube channel to the next level. Introducing the Financial Tortoise community. As you're navigating your financial journey, did you find yourself feeling stuck at times? Knowing some bits of information, but feeling like you only have one piece of the puzzle? Wishing you could turn to someone and ask questions without feeling judged, but not having anyone to turn to? Wishing you can have a proven step-by-step roadmap to building wealth, slowly and steadily? Well, this is a key reason I created the Financial Tortoise community, a membership community where I personally work with you to help you build wealth slowly and steadily, the right way. Through a combination of courses, life support, and community, we'll help you smartly navigate the complex world of personal finance and investing. You'll feel empowered to develop your own financial plan, one that you feel confident about. And you'll be able to do this together with other motivated professionals who are serious about wealth building. So if you're serious about taking your personal finance and wealth building to the next level, I highly encourage you to check out the Financial Tortoise community at school.com/financialtortoise or check out the link in the description below. Alright, with that said, let's get back to the video. Number 3 reason why so many high income earners overspend. Guilt spending. Alright, but let's say you have pretty good self-restraint. So you don't allow for pent up pressure or the need to show off to overtake your spending habits. But what about guilt? Guilt from your parents, from your friends, from even your family members. If your parents sacrificed much to help you get to where you're at today, wouldn't you naturally feel guilty to give back? And what if you have your own family, but because your job is so demanding, you spend a lot of time away from your kids and your partner? Wouldn't you feel guilty that you're not there for them at all times? And wouldn't you try to assuage that guilt with money? Back when I was knee-deep in my corporate job, I found myself on the road pretty much every other week, getting on flights constantly, being away the whole week, missing precious family moments. And I found myself constantly overspending on the weekends to make up. Once when I was getting ready for a trip that would take me away for 2 weeks, feeling so guilty that I was not going to be around for my kids, I remember buying my son a Lego set that cost over $200, not even realizing that it was too advanced for his age. I spent the whole night before my flight putting together this Lego set while my son was asleep because I felt doubly guilty that I wouldn't be there to make it with him. Feeling guilty is natural. We can't avoid it. But when we allow it to drive all of our financial decisions, again, that is not a good place to be at. Number 4 reason why so many high-income earners overspend. They are excessively targeted. Companies love high-income earners. Not only do many of them want nice things, they have deep enough pockets to be able to actually afford them. One of the best marketing strategies that I've seen targeting high-income earners who aspire to look wealthy is Hermes, especially with their very exclusive Birkin bag. A tote bag introduced in 1984, named after the English-French actress and singer Jane Birkin. It is considered one of the rarest handbags in the world. You can't just walk into any Hermes store and expect to walk out with one just because you have the money. Hey, I have $10,000. If I have the money, I can buy it, right? No. They'll laugh in your face. They'll say no. You have to wait in line, sir or ma'am, and a very long line at that. Maybe if you're someone or know someone, you might be able to get your hands on it sooner, but that is a maybe. Essentially, by saying you can't have this, they're saying you want this. And in a way, that strategy is directly speaking to high-income earners who want to be seen as the wealthy, driving them to want it more and more. Oh, you want it? Sorry, not yet. Not until you become somebody. Come back when you've achieved something worthwhile. That is some twisted psychology, right? A part of me thinks that is ridiculous, yet another part of me is in admiration of their genius marketing strategy. Bottom line, high-income earners have to be extra careful when it comes to what marketing messages they allow into their psyche. Marketers have them in their crosshair, so if they're not vigilant, they'll be at the mercy of every marketing scheme they throw at them. Number 5 reason why so many high-income earners overspend. Low financial literacy. Despite being very intelligent and very good with their jobs, many have low IQ when it comes to financial literacy. And often that is not to their fault. Basic personal finance is not a topic that is taught growing up. Additionally, when we grow up and try to learn on our own, there's so much misinformation out there, it is hard to filter out the good from the bad. Thus, many very smart, high-income earners don't have a good grasp of things like how the progressive tax code works, not recognizing that for every extra dollar they make, they progressively pay more in taxes. Thus, just because they make 2 to 3 times more in income, that doesn't mean they could spend 2 to 3 times more in expenses. The math doesn't work out that way. Additionally, when individuals don't understand how retirement accounts work and their tax benefits, many neglect funding them for years, missing out on great opportunity to prepare for retirement. Bottom line, information is power, and when we don't have the right information when it comes to money, it naturally leads to overspending and spending money on things that only takes money out of our pocket and nothing back in it. Before we go on, let me ask you a quick question. Do you wonder often if you're on the right track when it comes to your finances? Do you think only if there was a simple quiz that I could take that could show me how I'm doing as well as some tips to improve? Well, you're in luck, my friend. By answering just a few questions in this financial health awareness quiz, you can receive a free customized financial plan. A plan that will show you how you're currently doing with your finances and ways that you can make it even better. So make sure to go to the link I'll have in the description below to receive your free plan. My gift to you for taking your precious time to watch my boring videos. Alright, with that said, let's get back to the video. Number 6 reason why so many high income earners overspend. Over-delegating financial responsibilities. Because many high income earners do not have strong financial literacy, and many don't have the desire to learn, they tend to over-delegate much of their very important financial responsibilities, allowing so-called financial professionals to direct their financial life, to make important decisions on their behalf. Many not in the best interest of the person that assigned him or her that responsibility. For example, when it comes to investing, there are too many situations where very smart individuals have given financial advisors free rein on how and where to invest their hard-earned money. You're the expert. Tell me where to invest my money if I want to save for retirement. I have complete faith in you. But the reality is that no one will care more about your money than you. So you want to be careful of over-delegating. If left unchecked, many financial advisors and wealth managers will invest your money in funds that give them the highest commission. And most of these funds are not only expensive, but tend to underperform compared to the market. It's not to say we shouldn't leverage experts when it comes to specific tasks. However, make sure that it is you driving the cart, not the other way around. Number 7 reason why so many high-income earners overspend. Access to exclusive opportunities. Similar to the earlier point about high-income earners being targeted by marketers, they're also a big target for the financial industry as a whole. Individuals with fancy titles like wealth manager, financial advisor, and private bankers are all lining up to add one more high-income earner to their list of clients. And to entice them, they whisper into their ear, "We can get you access to this exclusive opportunity, an opportunity only available to super high net worth individuals. But for you, we can make an exception because we see your future potential. You are special." I mean, who doesn't want to be pursued and considered special, right? We all do. Thus, they're presented with so-called special exclusive opportunities, such as private equity buy-ins, auctions, real estate syndication deals. Don't miss out. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. All the wealthiest people are doing it. Now, I'm not saying these type of deals have no place in someone's investment portfolio. They could have a time and a place, but they need to fit in one's overall financial strategy. Again, you want to be the one driving the ship, not the other way around. But when you have limited financial literacy and are presented with so many so-called exclusive opportunities, the temptation can get the better of you. Thus, I've seen too many highly intelligent, high-income earners getting into complex deals they have no business getting into at their current stage of wealth building. Bottom line, again, be very, very careful. Number 8 reason why so many high-income earners overspend. High fixed costs. Think of costs that are hard to back out of once you've made a commitment. Home, car leases, private school tuition, second vacation home. Whether it's due to pent up pressure or guilt, you've made this purchase. You bought that ridiculously large home because you always dreamt of a big home when you were grinding it. And now, having increased your financial literacy, you are regretting it. You want to downgrade to a smaller home, but a home, while a great asset, is very illiquid. To get your money out, you have to find an agent, list a home, and go through the whole sales process. Not to mention that you want to sell at the right market conditions. And if you decide to keep your home, there are so many additional costs that come with it. High utility bill, high maintenance costs, high property tax, all eating into your hard-earned money. If we want to build wealth, we have to work to keep our fixed costs as low as possible. Because it doesn't matter if we're making $500,000 a year, if our fixed costs are taking away 60% of the hard-earned dollars. We have no money left over to invest to grow our net worth over the long run. Number 9 reason why so many high-income earners overspend. Social and family expectations. When you have a fancy title like a principal engineer, a dentist, vice president of operations, people naturally assume that you're rich, that you have money. I mean, we can all look up online the average salary of any position these days. So family members and friends might have an expectation that you live a certain lifestyle. And if you don't drive up in the latest 7 Series BMW, they might even mock you. Hey, Mr. Vice President, the company doesn't pay you enough? You must not be as successful as I thought you were. And this leads many high-income earners to overspend to meet social expectations. But you have to remind yourself that at the end of the day, no one really cares. Yes, they might make a comment about the dinky car you drive and the plain clothes that you wear, but that is more of a reflection of their financial state than yours. They feel insecure about their money, so they displace it towards others. You have to learn to ignore it. High income is a blessing. Yes, you work hard to earn it, but much of it is also a result of the country you live in, the industry you work in, and the position that you hold. Let's harness that high income towards high net worth. Let's not waste it trying to meet some arbitrary social expectation. Number 10 reason why so many high income earners overspend. Overconfidence in future earnings. You're making great money right now. So of course, it will be the case in the future, right? Money is easily renewable. I'm making tons now, I can make tons later. However, income, like most things in life, has cycles. There are times when your income is increasing exponentially because you're in your growth phase. However, many roles plateau when it comes to income. When you go from a junior software engineer to a principal software engineer, that is a huge jump in salary. And that euphoria of jump might make you believe that your future income will increase at the same rate. However, unless you change your role and your responsibilities drastically, the chances are your income will level off, only grow at an inflation level or slightly higher. And what happens if the industry that you're in slows down? Or your company gets in trouble? Could you receive the same level of salary somewhere else? Maybe, or maybe not. None of us have the magic bot to see the future, so we'll never know when our income could drop, or worse, might not have the ability to work. So again, we have to practice caution. Let's be careful not to get into a habit of overspending with an overconfident belief that money is an easily renewable resource, that it'll always be there. It might not. Thank you guys for watching the theme of high income earners. If you want to learn better habits to save more money, please check out my video here. Until next time, all the best.